Don't self-reject. It's all about a relationship with yourself and your skateboard. A mad skater is a bad skater. It's actually more so leaps and bounds. Play skate, have fun, and don't fear competition. Skateboarding is as much mental, if not more, than physical. And it all starts with sort of an approach, not only to being a skateboarder, but just to learning tricks, how to interact with your skateboard, with yourself. And these are sort of the top mental mistakes I think new skaters make.
Here we go.
And hopefully after this video, it'll sort of change your approach to skating in a way that makes you not only a better skater, but sort of, helps with those leaps and bounds in your progression and understanding how to manipulate the board, understanding how to, just continue this trajectory you're already on. So let's get right into it. All right, number one is big, and it's something I see all the time on Reddit or something I see all the time online, and don't self-reject. What exactly does that mean? Well, everyone has this tendency to be like, I can't do this. I can't flip the board. Why can't I ever land this? I've been doing this for months. I suck. I'm the worst skater ever. It's like, why are you speaking that into existence? You need to be kind to yourself. We all need more kindness in our lives, especially to ourselves. But this whole idea of, yes, if you're just focusing on what you cannot do, you're just going to keep doing what you can't do. Skateboarding is about taking a thought, taking something that you have never done, creating it and making reality. You are literally taking nothing and making it into something. So you have to start with positivity. You can't just be, oh man, I can't do that. Then that possibility doesn't even spark and you won't be able to do it. And this is just not the most, okay, maybe you don't have to lie to yourself, say, I can tray flip nose blunt to handrail. No, you just have to just catch yourself in those initial reactions when you're trying to learn a trick, or you say, oh, that's so hard. You're so good. I can't do that. It's like, just take that 1 second and say, hold on, this is the process. And, just believe and just be kind to yourself and just don't self-reject. We have enough of that in this world. Don't just avoid that type of language. I can't do this. I'll never do this. Why can't I flip the board? Why don't I know this? It's like, just be positive. Number two, this is a maxim or word phrasing that I like to tell young kids, and that's a mad skater is a bad skater. And of course, we've all seen the skate videos of some dude breaking his board, and the skateboarding is very emotional, and this speaks again to the mental aspects of skating. However, it's just a good rule of thumb to try to follow, because when you are mad, not every skater is going to skate better mad. And not only is it really just a self-love thing or a vibe thing, it's just a good rule of thumb to avoid, especially when you're becoming a beginner, because frustration is just going to lead again to that negative self-talk. It's just going to focus on what you can't do. You also are going to, be that dude at the skate park. So just try to remember, a mad skater is a bad skater. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to be peaceful. We're trying to, meditate. Essentially, we're just trying to have fun. So just tell yourself if you have to, a mad skater is a bad skater. Number three, I think this is a big one, because of the way skate culture is that we tend to be afraid of competition. And yeah, skateboarding isn't a sport. It is a sport. We're athletes. We're not athletes. All the above, whatever. It's whatever you make it. And one of those things that it should be is competitive, in my opinion. And I don't necessarily mean like, hey, you got to play skate with everybody. But playing skate will make you a better skater. But also just skating with skaters who are better than you. You're not going to skate with pro skaters, but you can skate with someone who's a little better than you, somebody that motivates you. So yeah, that's the key word, motivation. Find how there's a competitiveness that sort of motivates you, whether that's just having fun. Like do silly tricks. Who can do the silliest one-footed manual? Who can do, who can try to do, a Ronnie Mullen trick or whatever. Just like have fun with it, but don't be afraid to like engage in competition or think that like skating is this big anti-sport thing. You can have fun playing skate. I love playing skate. I play 3-4 kids skate at a time, all 4 of them versus me. I honestly love it. So I encourage people to, play skate, have fun, and don't fear competition. This next one is, goes back to the last one about, skating with people who are better than you and not being afraid of competition. At the same time, you can't compare yourself to others. And I mean this in a very, digital way as well. Like, social media, all these things, the highlights, this dude's skating so well, he's getting so much better than me, so much faster. This dude skates transition. this girl is insane at flat ground. Here I am over here just doing blah, blah, blah. It's like you need to understand that every skater has their own journey. And sometimes, whether what your goals are, even if you want to get sponsored or become pro or whatever, it's like you have your own journey and you're going to stand out and shine the more that you are yourself. So this next one is kind of silly for me to say, don't skate. But seriously, don't force yourself to skate. A lot of skaters, they think, okay, I have to skate every single day, 5 times a week. Or like, I'm not really feeling skating today. Or I'm not really feel like skating lately. A lot of older skaters, they kind of have to come and go. And that's not a terrible thing, I always tell people, like, sometimes the best skating I ever did was when I took like a week off. Sometimes even a month off. Maybe I got an injury or just life and work. But like, you can't feel bad that you weren't able to skate that day. Just as like sometimes when you're not sure if you want to skate and you go skate and you have an amazing session. Like, it's kind of both. Like, you can't just always expect to skate every single day. Your body will like a rest. It will thank you for a rest. And it doesn't even have to be when you're sore. Just, again, it kind of goes back to that pressure. Like, skating is supposed to be fun. So if you're like feeling like it's a chore, you have to go every day to like prove this to yourself that you're a skater, maybe because all your friends are at the skate park. Like, don't feel bad if you don't feel like skating. Don't force yourself to skate if your body's telling you to be restful, or if just life gets in the way. It's okay. Don't put the pressure. Skating's not going anywhere. You can skate next week. And you know what? Sometimes it's the best thing for learning new tricks is to take a second away from it. So yeah, don't force yourself to skate. So this next one, I think, is maybe the biggest one, and that's just sort of that skateboarders tend to lose sight about what skateboarding is about. And I don't mean in terms of like, hey, skating is all about fun, skating is not a crime, skating's the most badass thing ever. No, it's like, skateboarding is about the relationship that you have with your skateboard, and that does branch out to your relationship with the skate park, relationship with your friends, and what have you. But ultimately, how you're going to be happy on your skateboard is literally that. It's like when you're pushing around, when it's just you and your board skating your neighborhood, when you're out skating at a skate park, when you're skating the streets, when you're trying to learn new tricks, when you're trying to film a video part. It's all about a relationship with yourself and your skateboard. And the skate industry, really cool. Skate magazines, videos like mine, that stuff is all great. But nothing is more important than the relationship that you and your skateboard have. So that's a big one, and I really hope that it resonates with you guys. Kind of silly, but it's true. Don't be just a skate park skater. And yeah, you don't have to go jump down handrails. You don't have to go jump down Hollywood 16 or skate these gnarly ditches, but just don't just be so caught up in the skate park game. Sometimes just skate around your neighborhood. Sometimes skate down the block, go to the coffee shop with your skateboard. Skate downtown, just skate around. You don't have to film and stuff, but there's a certain relationship that you have with your skateboard. Going back to the last one, that should be nurtured. And just in reality, skate parks are awesome and they're super cool, but they're built for skateboarding. And sometimes to become a skateboarder, you need to understand what it's like to skate something that isn't made for skating. I think to me, that's like what makes skateboarding so awesome, is it's accessible, but then it's adaptable. So just don't be just a skate park skater, and don't be just a social media skater. Don't feel like every time you go to the skate park, I got to film a clip today because I'm going to upload it to YouTube and I'm going to upload it to Instagram and get the likes. Like, that's not what skating should be about. It should be for something that makes you happy. And yeah, that stuff, if it makes you happy, obviously do it. But just don't become that all the way, because I promise you, 5 years, 7 years down the line, you're not gonna have enough substance to skate for the rest of your life, or just ultimately you're missing out on a lot of just personal love and just sort of how to enjoy life as a skateboarder. So just keep everything in perspective. Don't be afraid to venture out of the skate park. Try new things. That's what skating's all about. Alright, I know I said the last one was the last one, but this is a bonus one that just popped in my head, so I want to talk about this quick. New skaters, they tend to think skating's like an incremental, like progression. Today I learned how to manual, then I learned how to ollie, then I learned how to 50-50, then I learned how to kick flip, then I learned how to 180, then a frontside flip. Like, no, it's actually more so leaps and bounds. And I tell this to skaters, young skaters, all the time, because that's part of that. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that. This person's so much better than me. And you look at it like it's like an inch at a time, but sometimes You skate, you try all these tricks, you reach a plateau, and then you're like, oh man, you start to feel a little bad. You take a few days rest, you come back, you play skate with somebody that you've never met before. They try this trick, they're like, oh no, actually man, you just put your foot right here. All of a sudden you start to flip a new trick that you never even thought of before in your mind. And all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. Or you try a trick one day over and over again, you're not even close. Then you're like, oh man, I'm done with that trick. Spend a few days outside the skate park, and then you come back and you maybe accidentally lock into it, and then that opens up a whole new part of that trick. Like, there's so many ways to expand your skateboarding. You just have to have an open mind and understand that it comes in leaps and bounds. So sometimes if you're not that close, just keep trying, because one day it'll click, it'll unlock, and a whole new avenue, skateboarding will just open doors for you, whether that's tricks, friends, just all the above. So just, keep an open mind, understand that it's leaps and bounds.
That looked cool though, bro.
Yo guys, thank you for checking out this video. I know it's pretty long. I really hope there's some good stuff in here. I really think I have a lot to offer, and I really appreciate anyone who subscribes or shares these videos. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it and have fun. Be safe out there, and yeah, go skate.